Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good crowd.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Just a note, for those of you who are watching and for those of you who are sitting at the table, we have microphones around the table now. We have our own sound man back there, but the sound's really good. So if you're going to do this, they're going to hear it. If you're going to click your pen, they're going to hear it. So try and keep your papers and stuff a little bit quiet, but
especially if you snore, they're going to hear it.
yeah, and if you snore, they're definitely going to hear it. All right. Operations meeting, April 25th. First thing on the docket is marina boat parking and funding. Discussion. Where are we? What do we need to be doing for the next board meeting? Anything?
We probably need to solicit more potentially, if we're not there yet.
Does anybody have the total? Do you know? Do I know?
I can't imagine it's changed much. I haven't heard anything, nobody's really texted in.
So the last time was, Rick, do you remember?
I'm sorry.
37,000.
Yeah, about 37.
Okay, so we're at $37,000. I'm going to submit an email to the Lake Committee between now and Wednesday. Ken and I will come up with the text. If anybody has anything they'd like to add. Basically, we're gonna ask the members of the Lake Committee to consider giving us a large donation. We've got a pretty good bank account. This is probably the most obvious pertinent item that the Lake Committee could get involved with, along with other committees in my estimation, but it definitely pertains to the Lake Committee. So we're going to ask for a sizable donation from them. I'm not sure that
Haven't they already given some of
they
them?
did, but they gave it on their own, on their own behalf. They weren't asked. I think I'm just gonna give them a little bit more.
Did we talk to wasn't Helmack trying to use up some money for something from the gambling, from the poker run they needed to?
Somebody who's with Helmack?
Are you?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, well, you might be able to do that.
Okay.
Do you need me to send you an email?
Call him, give me money. Yeah, if you would.
I just remember when Jan Salee was talking about this last fall or something, they said they were trying to, gaming commission or something had come up with a poker run, and they had all that money and they were supposed to spend it basically on something. There was something about that.
I thought that they were willing to help out with the stage, the shelter that was gonna be built. I thought that's what it was for.
But I know like the title sponsor came up with a majority of that funding, so I don't know.
Can someone find out exactly how much we have
Sure.
committed to date, and then maybe shoot us an email or a text or something so everyone knows?
Yeah, I can find that out tomorrow and send out that information. I was just looking at the minutes that it says.
37 is gonna be very close.
Yeah, 36.5 is what we noted in the last minutes. So I'm gonna say somewhere around 37, 38 is what we got, but I'll find out the exact number.
Steve, how about the cleanup committee?
I've
No?
done everything I can do.
Oh, okay. So you've already asked them?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
3 times.
Thank you.
Are there any other groups or, I guess the other question is there anything else we could sell to them? Cause like obviously the big donations came in when there was advertising dollars available. Obviously, like the concert series can just make their banners bigger and bigger and bigger to add more and more people. We ran out of things to sell to businesses or individuals. Is there anything else that we would want to sell to potential donors? As far as more advertising space or a different kind of sign or anything like that? I'm just saying, I'm happy to ask the lake committee for their money and any of the other committees. I'm just saying, like, there may be other businesses out there that when they realize, well, there's no more spaces left, you know, I'm only gonna throw $100 in versus spending 2,000 or 5,000 or whatever. So.
Sorry.
I don't know, like I said, I guess it could just be a topic of discussion if there's any other place we could do signage or a place we could do, you know, anything else. Or not.
I know part of the total that we're trying to raise also includes the dock expansion that Ken's going to do, but we did have some money budgeted for that.
Well, no, that's up to you guys.
I'm just saying that's a line, I agree with Summer on that, I mean, that's a line item in the
Did that
budget.
go into the budget?
Yes,
Yeah, that dock expansion is in the budget,
I could tell you.
cause you had,
Because that would help.
I think
Well,
the
it's-
issue with that is that it would take no, it's in the budget, so we don't need to vote twice.
we already voted.
Right.
That he could do it, it's already done.
Yeah.
That $11,000 for that dock expansion is already part of the 2022 budgets, that's,
So that the whole amount is in the budget?
no.
No,
The
just the-
dock expansion from the gas dock to the point
Right.
is $11,000 and Ken's guys are gonna do it and Shannon's gonna drive
But
the
the budget
pipe.
line item is $11,000?
No, it's more than that.
It's more than
Oh.
that. It was just part
15,
of
I
a
think.
bigger,
Yeah,
but we specifically noted that
That was
it would
14 or 15.
also, it
15.
would,
That was one of the purposes of it.
yes, we
Maybe a
noted
little
that.
bit of slush in there in case there's dock repairs and stuff that need to be done.
There's $36,000 that was budgeted for building and ground repair, and it was for future dock expense to be applied there.
Well, if we do, or if we can use that, then that leaves us only about $4,000 short of our target.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
If we can get that from Lake Committee.
Yeah,
Goals.
I say we try to continue to talk to the committees and collect as much as we can and kind of see where we stand when the next payment's due, and that's a good option to
That was my only
help fill the
thought, is
void.
if we could sell 2 more spaces or 2 more
Some things,
ads, if you were,
picnic tables.
Could we
I don't
put
know, I'm
something
just-
along the new dock that you're doing? Put a couple banners there?
I don't know, like I said, I'm just trying to think outside the box, is there like, because it seemed like that was a hot ticket item right off the jump. I mean, we sold those in what, less than a week?
Yeah. Well, it's a write-off for most businesses.
Correct.
Well, we
How about the contract?
targeted those businesses, yeah.
Around
Well,
the
we gotta
lake?
be careful how we handle it, so we
What
don't
about the
diminish.
what about the contractors?
The little bit of money we are getting, so.
We had a different contract.
I agree with Dennis. I think you guys reach out to the committees and see what they're willing to come up with, and.
I mean, we may come up with $500, we may come up with $5,000.
And then
You
at
just don't
that
know.
point, we bring it to the table during the board meeting, and then we make the decision to.
But it's
We either got-
awesome that we have this budget line item.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I actually put that in there. It was, and we could probably still get started on it, but, would to build some kind of a boardwalk down towards the, Lincoln Park where they beach the boats up and, build something over there for them to walk on
Cool.
and tie up on, so. And maybe we could just do half of it and then half of it next year, so.
Cool.
But the money is there.
I'm happy to go back to long-term planning as well and ask. I don't know. We can vote on it. and see.
Can't hurt, any influence any of us has with any committees, we'll need to check them out.
They have a small fund that is really not being used.
We already gave 500. Let me write that on there right now.
I know Garden Club had some money, cause Kathy's the treasurer on that, and I'll see if they earmarked that.
Well, just get the checkbook and write a check. and-
Rainy days,
Bring it in.
cover it.
She hides the thing.
Oh, okay.
We can let you be the title, we can let you be the title
But she's
sponsor.
got mine.
Probably for good reason.
Buying golf carts and giving them to people, now we're talking about.
I don't see what,
Deborah, I know we have some. Deborah, wrote a $500 check.
But
I think we have a couple thousand.
That would be a
Using his budget
He's got budget money in there.
for the dock extension from the existing gas pump dock. And if we do that,
That would be my.
it leaves us
it was in
with
the
something like
budget.
$4,000 left to
Going to spend.
cover.
okay. All right, so,
Well, we'd be over at that point, wouldn't
I think we're,
42.
we? I know, but I thought it was around.
About 5. Okay, plus we got that, and it's the beginning of the year, so there's gonna be items coming up this year, and we're gonna have to look at budget items. So let's keep our same momentum going here.
Well, that's
If
why I
there's
was-
anybody you can think of that you can contact, we just need some help to get this done. They're going in one way or another. We're gonna have more items to spend money on this year. I will talk to the Lake Committee and see what's happening. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm giving you this information at this ops meeting just so that you can put it in your heads and tell me I'm crazy or follow the same kind of scenario here. Everybody raises money out here to spend. It's raised to spend. It's raised to help. The same thing we do. We have functions that we do all year long to raise money to help. And, you know, there may come a time down the road when we as a board, or the next board, or the next board decides same thing that CPAs have told us in the past. Why do you have so much money on hand? You have insurance. We have things out here we need to repair. We have things out here we need to fix. The same thing with committees. So the money's there. And we have a need. So let's see if we can keep going this way, and I'll talk to the committees, but let's see if we can get some more money out of the community. I'd like to see this thing be a quick and easy fundraiser every year for that parking lot. That's gonna be a big nut one of these days.
You want me to pursue the idea of a golf outing? For Heritage Lake?
Sure. Cool. Be fun.
That has the potential to make a lot of money. So,
Okay,
but
Sure,
full
anything.
Sponsorships and registration fees and all that, and not cost the golfers a huge amount of money, so.
sure. Sounds like a plan. You'll play, won't you?
absolutely.
I don't play, but I'll drive a golf cart.
Okay, so for the board meeting, let's come up with our totals, and hopefully for the board meeting, we'll have some additions. And I'll have some type of answer for you. I was gonna go to just so you know, I was gonna go to the cleanup committee, and I was called away, family stuff that night, and I couldn't go. And I was just going to go there and personally tell them that I think committees are committees, and just because it's not part of a cleanup, this is a community. All these fundraisers that we do are for the community. And right now, you know, parking a boat in front of the marina, parking a boat in front of the restaurant, parking a boat in front of the beaches, parking a boat to spend money, that's only part of it. It's the parking fund. It's parking for the marina. It's parking for sightseeing, it's parking for picnics, it's parking for anything else the community is gonna use out there. It's the largest parking lot we have on Heritage Lake.
Well,
And the
plus we also
busiest.
had Lincoln Hills, Lincoln Park,
That's correct.
that's really, that's kind of
That's gonna
desperate.
need it also.
Yeah.
That's correct. So I'd like you all to remember that when you're talking to people, this is a new, new fund that we're gonna have every year, because we need that money. And the restaurant's not gonna be able to give us that much money. We have to get it. So keep our thinking caps on with how we can raise money, but for the rest of this, up until the next board meeting, let's see if we can't get a few more dollars, and we'll see if the committees will help us. A&E rules and fines. John Reedy, is there really anything we have to, you guys got them all right? We're ready to vote
I'm ready to vote.
at the board meeting? Any more discussion needed on those? Okay.
Oh, I meant to ask, do you think the attorney ought to review the final draft?
Has he reviewed it at all yet?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. The
We
initial
didn't-
draft he did.
We didn't change it that much after his review.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't really change the language, but we changed the fine structure. So,
Well, yeah, I'm not sure he'd contribute much. I mean, that's what we need him for, is to review the language, not the fine structure.
I think it was mostly what his thing was, is not the fine structure, was the actual language.
Yeah.
Do I recall-
That's been reviewed. I think you added like one little section, didn't you?
Yeah.
To it, which was
Yes.
nothing.
Actually, it's more clear cut now than it was.
Did I recall him just saying, other than some of the changes he thought we should make, that the fines were too small?
He did say that, yes.
We've corrected that, so I think we've already used our attorneys.
Yeah, it's not worth spending another $500 to.
I was gonna say, no,
We're good. You guys okay with that?
that's all I say.
I agree.
Okay, well, we were in a meeting tonight before this meeting, and by golly, it's time any small step in the A&E committee is well worth it, trust me.
Yes, yes.
All right, we got that taken care of. Thank you, John. That's gonna be, let's see, Marina Boat Parking, we don't have to vote on anything, do we?
So that's not gonna be,
Yeah, that's old business. A,
Wait, what is that?
Marina Boat Parking,
Oh, no.
old business
Sorry, I
A.
thought you were talking about A&E.
A&E rules and fines, we'll have to vote on that. That's old business B. Floyd Fire demonstration discussion.
this is just a request.
I say we volunteer your house.
Wait,
What's that?
I say we volunteer your house.
For what?
The Floyd fire demonstration.
I don't want the smoke damage in my house.
I'm on the board of the Floyd Fire District, and they have recently purchased a piece of equipment that I thought it would, I brought it up at the board meeting. If you guys were okay with them coming in and demonstrating it, I think it's something that is that will be well used at Heritage Lake. We have a lot of lift assist calls. And that's basically from people that have fallen or got out of their wheelchair and have fallen. And sometimes they're maybe large people and you get in tight quarters in the bathroom and that kind of stuff. This thing is very unique, and I think the community needs to know that the fire department has it. There is a lady that lives here at the lake. I may get the name wrong. I think her first name is Tammy. Had offered to donate the majority of the fund for this. And they called this piece of equipment Tammy. And what it basically is there's no really any more lifting involved. It's an apparatus that will basically slide up underneath them, and it's battery operated, and it basically will just lift them up. And when it lifts them up, it just kind of almost like stands them up to where you're more at that point going up underneath their arm and setting them down versus tugging and pulling so it was the right expensive piece of equipment, and it's just something I think the community ought to know that we are one of few that have this piece of equipment, and I just think that it would be nice that the community, especially the elderly, would know that we have it, so.
So they,
So, yeah. It would just, they demonstrated it at the board meeting. Just basically somebody would be laying down and they would slide up underneath, and it'd probably take no more than 10 minutes to demonstrate.
new business A?
With it being on camera, high quality cameras now that should be able to be shared around with the,
Would it be worthwhile to have a demonstration set up like during Feast and Ski or just some event that a lot of people are coming to and?
Raise awareness, that's great.
I would agree, that'd be something the fire department would, have to chair to do, but this was just something I just thought that it would, just to bring it in a forum where it was live and people could see it and just know that the community has it, the fire department, so. They probably, the fire department, sometimes it's 3 to 4 times a week that they'll get a lift assist call. Sure. And a lot of times it's from some of the same people, but at the end of the day, I've been on calls with them, and you can only get so many people in a really small bathroom, and like I said, you're literally tugging and pulling and straining your back and trying to get somebody up, and this is such a simple and great apparatus that I think that I just think the community needs to know that it's available for them.
Great. New business A? You'll have somebody from the fire department here?
Yeah, I've already said something to them. I just told them I'd ask if you guys were.
Are you gonna be the one lifting?
I'll try not to be.
All right. I'll go around the room here. The last thing that isn't on the agenda for the operations session here is you have a handout about the live streaming solution proposal. Review that. We will have a discussion at the board meeting. After you review that, bring any questions you have for that, please. We will probably, hopefully, after the discussion at the board meeting, we can have our first vote on that. If we agree on, or we get everybody's questions answered. On top of that, the only thing I have is that there will be at least a short executive meeting, depending on what happens at the board meeting, it'll be short, about a discussion we've had prior at the executive meeting. So if you haven't read that material yet, we're going to discuss that a little bit further before we bring that up to the community if we decide to do that. Okay? And go around the room. Anything, Jake?
No.
I don't have any.
Nina?
No, thank you.
Summer?
Is that gonna be new business B?
That is going to be new business B. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's it.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
A reminder for everyone here and maybe watching out in video land. Thursday, 7 p.m. here, there will be a meet the candidates for the 3 sheriff candidates running for office. And the May primary is May 3rd, so that's coming right on the heels of this meeting. So be there. Tune in, it'll be on video, or you can be here and see it in person.
Thanks for that reminder.
I got it.
Dennis? Stevie? Nothing? I'll take a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays may stay.